Welcome to our Monday, March 4th, 2019 edition of News in Depth. I'm Rameshi Jairam with the details. Here's what's making the news tonight. Bloomfield Village family beaten and robbed over the weekend. Tracy Can begins tonight's newscast with this report.
The family of 3 is now traumatized and has moved out of their home for fear of their lives. Asif Owl, 25, who is the administrator at the Marie Curie Hospital in Blackbush Polder, related to this newscast that in the wee hours of Sunday morning he was awakened by his wife who heard footsteps coming from their roof.
I took a torchlight and I touched it on the hallway and I shouted out thief. And as soon as I finished shout out thief, I heard banging on the window, the breaking in the window.
Asif added that after the bandits gained entry into their home, he tried to secure his family in their bedroom, but was surprised to see a man pointing a gun at them. The bandits then took his wife by her hair and made demands. They escaped with cash and jewelry and 2 cell phones, but not before assaulting Owl.
I hugged him and I told him, y'all don't trouble my son or my wife, y'all just beat me. The guys had guns all over the place. Like every turn, they have guns on me. And they have high-powered weapons. They keep gun butting me on my head, like all over the head, and kicking me like on my jaw and on my neck.
The family said that they may never return to their home in Bloomfield Village because their son is unable to sleep there in the night.
Bandit steals professional cameras from under the nose of the police. Let's take a look at this report.
Commander of B Division Paul Langevin said police are yet to make any arrest into the incident where 2 professional cameras from the Criminal Investigations Department in New Amsterdam were stolen. The building was reportedly broken into Thursday night after a lock on the back door was smashed. The department was also ransacked. Surveillance camera footage from nearby and opposite buildings are being reviewed for clues. The CID building houses the office of the officer who is in charge of crime in B Division.
2 city vendors killed in a horrific road accident on Sunday. Here is Royce Drakes from the city with this report.
Dead are Norma Green and Denise Colley. The women were in a minibus heading to the border market to ply their trade when the accident occurred. The accident occurred Sunday morning at Success Public Road on the east coast of Demerara. According to the police, their inquiries disclosed that the minibus was proceeding west along the southern lane of the carriageway, reportedly at a fast rate, when it was alleged by the driver that a motor car, blue in color, number plate unknown, overtook him from the left side and collided to his left rear wheel, causing him to lose control and collided with the medium. The minibus toppled several times before stopping. Colley's body parts were severed. She died on the spot. Speaking to reporters from Buxton, where she lived, her sister, children, and other relatives said her death is devastating. They described the 58-year-old mother of 3 as very hard-working.
I was at home and I got a message that Denise is in an accident, involved in an accident. So I asked them where. They say BV. When I got to BV police station, the police is that Success. When I got at the scene there, all once I gone. I know where the limbs they're gone. But the driver get on a nice little white jersey, not a scratch, nor nothing, and me sister they pick up with body parts. This is how they pick up my sister.
The family is calling for justice and will not settle for anything less. And relatives of Norma Green, who also died in the accident, are struggling to come to terms with her death. One of the woman's hand was severed in the accident. Bleeding profusely, she succumbed while receiving treatment at the Georgetown Public Hospital. Her brother said he got a call with the distressing news, but doubted it at first.
She always said yes. He said she and her grandson. So I got off the phone. He called me back and said, "Boy, his sister cut out and she died." But he said, "What?" That's on. I feel so sad because me and my sisters live. That's on. And I know she wrong she grandchildren them, so she's the breadwinner for them and things. You know, so she going and she also. That's on. And that happened this morning. It's sad.
He said his sister will be surely missed since she was the sole breadwinner for her 13 grandchildren. Several other passengers were rushed to the hospital. The driver was not injured. Some passengers said the driver was speeding. He is now in custody.
More news on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Hey, looky there. Let me go techie boots.
Boots? No, mama, I ain't gonna get lock up teeth in them big stinky 30-second boots. Plus, it gonna be more cheaper online. And then got my favorite color, pink. Let me go along.
Online shopping.
Cheaper, faster, better. Pass back.
Horse racing fans, get ready for the first annual Triple Crown Horse Race Meeting. 27 races, 2 different tracks with over $20 million in cash and prizes up for grabs. The first leg with runoff on Sunday 24th February at the Rising Sun Turf Club. The action continues on March 24th at the same venue for the second leg. And the final leg on April 21st at the Port Morant Turf Club. It's a Triple Crown Horse Race Meeting featuring the top horses and jockeys. See and be there. Presented by Jumbo Jet Thoroughbred Horse Racing Committee.
Caribbean rice from the lush rice fields of Guyana straight to your home. Caribbean rice, our people, our rice.
Young father robbed of the opportunity to see his firstborn. Here's that story.
A time of happiness quickly turned to mourning for a Rosignol West Coast Berbice family after a 24-year-old father who was on his way to see his newborn baby for the first time at the New Amsterdam hospital was murdered by a drug addict. Ashrad Ali was hit repeatedly with an iron bar soon after stepping out of his Bennett Dam home with his in-laws to visit his 21-year-old wife, who had given birth the night before. Ali was immediately rushed to the New Amsterdam hospital where he was pronounced dead. He never laid eyes on his child. The perpetrator frequently threatened to harm the victim's in-laws prior to this incident. He has only been identified as Karim and was in and out of jail. The young couple would have celebrated their first wedding anniversary in April.
A husband takes his life after threatening to kill his wife. Let's take a look at this report. Dead is 37-year-old Vimal Balkisoon called Navin. According to police, the father of 2 who resided at Firish Village with his wife took his life by hanging after threatening to kill his wife. Christina Dripal said her husband had a habit of abusing her, and on Saturday she made a report to the Albion police station after he assaulted her. Later that day, he was arrested and placed in custody for the night.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon, he come home like 7 something, and when he come home, he just bathed, and when he bathed, he got out back, he drink, and he come in for me like, that was what time, like after he pull out the low voice and coming for me, was sleeping. And he started knocking me on my head and he locked off my throat and I called for my daughter to come over and she put on the light. When she put on the light, me come out my apartment and come in my mommy's apartment.
Her daughter followed her, but the couple's 11-year-old son, Tamal Balkisoon, stayed in the apartment with his father. A few minutes later, her son alerted her after he observed his father was hanging from the front landing with a white canvas rope tied around his neck.
I feel sad and broken heart right now with my children.
Police were called in and his body was taken to the Port Morant Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Bandit killed in the city during an armed robbery. Here's that report.
A suspected bandit is now dead and 3 of his alleged accomplices are now in police custody following a robbery attempt at Case Diamond Enterprise on Saturday afternoon. The dead man was identified as Henry Johansson. He was shot dead inside the Thomas and Middle Street business by the owner. According to a police report, the owner was in his office conducting business when he received a telephone call from Henry, who told him that he wanted to buy diamonds. The police report added that the 25-year-old man, who is also a minor, came to the Thomas Street office just after noon and spoke to the businessman. He then requested to use the washroom. Upon his return from the washroom, Johansson allegedly pointed a pistol in the direction of the owner, who was sitting at his desk. He told him not to move, but the owner, who is a licensed firearm holder, instinctively drew his handgun and discharged several rounds in the direction of Johansson, who was struck in the upper part of his body and fell. The police report stated that an MML pistol with 8 live matching rounds in the magazine and 1 in the breech were allegedly found in the possession of the deceased. The other suspects were arrested by the police as they sat in a car outside of the diamond dealership. As word got around, residents converged on the scene while the police conducted a probe into the incident. The remains of the man were later removed by undertakers of the Lichen Funeral Home.
With that, we've come to the end of tonight's newscast. If you have a news story or tip, you can contact us on 698-2500, 666-4337, or 618-625-33. You can also visit our website, www.rdproductiongy.com, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Royston Drake's Production for more details on these and other stories. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of News in Depth. I'm Marishi Jairam saying good night.